I don't know why it can't pick the correct speed. Of course, the white truck wasn't letting us in because we were being dum-dums. So there you go. This is the problem with the car not wanting to stay at a speed selected. Car is still hugging the right side of the road. I don't understand this behavior. I don't know why I did that. Good morning. We got another drive today. Surprise, surprise. There's a curb there. Thank you. Today's trip is 292 miles. We've also already done this leg. Every month I do the same routes. It's just the way my job works. This is the entire route. We're going from here to Baldwin to Gladwin to Fairview to Bay City. So it's going to be a nice 292 mile trip. I left the house at 80%. It says I need to stop in Clare, Michigan. It claims for 25 minutes to get me all the way to the hotel. It is a little bit colder today. Started at 41 degrees. Hopefully it warms up and range doesn't suffer too much. But I am very curious about what range is going to be when it's colder. All right, hope you enjoy the ride. Great, great, great. So this car pulled out in front of me, started going a little bit slower. Of course, they sped up, but the car chose to get over and go around instead of waiting behind them and slowing down. I appreciate that behavior. Oh, strange. Car slowed down to 61. 4 times, put on the blinker and canceled that it was getting over to the faster lane. All set in there. It was less than an hour. I'm kind of impressed. I got here at 33%. I'm still at 33%, which means the battery either didn't need to condition or it didn't condition while I was in there. So for an hour, it's either been cooling off or holding the same temp. I don't know which it is. We'll find out in a few. I decided to stop and get some lunch because I'm hungry. I didn't eat breakfast, blah, blah. But I'll use the charging time to act as my lunch break. All right, let's see if the car can get me out of this parking lot. Last time it didn't do so hot. We'll give it another chance. Give it a little tap so it'll go. And we're back to preconditioning. So I'm assuming that it didn't do anything while I was in there. And last time I tried to get out of here with FSD, I tried to use the other entrance. But this time it's using this one. It's turning the correct direction, so we're good. It got me out of here just fine. Back up to this terrible efficiency. 433 watt hours per mile. 438 because I just sped up. It's not really fair to judge it in 4 miles, but this isn't very long of a trip. This whole trip was like 8 miles and it used 3. It's going to use 3% of the 4% of the battery. So yeah, we're getting about 2 miles per kilowatt here. All right, I'm at 28%. It claims 20 minutes. We'll see what happens. It says I need 25 minutes to continue my trip. Are we going to get up to decent speed? 128, 148. Okay, we're getting full power. That's good news. I'll eat something, let it charge, and I'll get back with you in a minute. In typical fashion, I overcharged the car. Surprise, surprise. It wanted me to leave at 73%. I'm now sitting at 89%. Next facility is 31 minutes away, 24 miles. Let's see if we can get this efficiency down. Because, wow. So it's warmed up to 47 degrees. I'm not navigating to any superchargers, so there will be no preconditioning for the battery. I really hope this leg will be more efficient. Good job getting out of the right only lane. Nice and early. Beautiful job with that turn. $35 here. 8 over into 35. That's pushing it. All right, it's slowing down. That could be for the stop that's coming up. That's the stop. They have a stop sign. They don't. Good to go. That was a pretty uneventful, boring drive. That is the way I expect FSD to always work. All the turns were great. Nothing freaked me out where I had to, oh my God, what the F? I didn't have to do any of that. The only issue that I had that entire drive was keeping the speed where it should be. It was always trying to go too slow. That's my only issue. Now, looking at it, we're back to 200. I've gone 25 miles in a half an hour. We are back to 222 watt hours per mile, which means we're doing 4.5 miles per kilowatt, the way the car should be behaving. The efficiency should be. What's great about that is I know the car's not having a problem when it's colder. What's not great about that is the battery conditioning is way too energy intensive. And I'm sure that Tesla's done everything that they possibly can to make that more energy efficient. But wow. So what I'm going to try to do now is if I need to stop at a supercharger, I'm not going to put it in until 20 to 30 minutes before I need to get there. So in this case, I wouldn't have put it in until I got out of the facility, the last facility. That would have given me the battery some kind of time to warm up, and it wouldn't have drained the battery so much the first leg of the trip. This is all anecdotal. I don't know if everyone needs to do this. I don't know if my car's an anomaly. I just got this car at the end of July, so I'm still learning as well. Anyway, I'm going to bust out this facility. We're going to go to the next place, which it still thinks I'm trying to come here. So let's get rid of that one. Maybe. There we go. Going to go to the next place. It should be an hour and 24-minute drive. It is 71 miles from now. I'm sitting at 81% here. It claims if I left right now, I'd be there at 58%. It's plenty of battery. I really did overcharge the last time at the supercharger. It says I'm going to get to the hotel at 34%, which is a ridiculous amount, but that's okay. The supercharger is right across the street. I'm going to run in there and get everything done. See you guys in a sec. Oh man, I got out of there super quick. I love it when facilities don't take forever. All right, I'm still at 81%. That's a beautiful thing. Still says an hour and 24 minutes to get 71 miles. We'll arrive at 58%. Oh man, 222 watt hours per mile is what it's showing. Let's do this. Three and a half hours of driving today. No, there's still another hour and a half. So 5 hours of driving today, roughly. And about 3 hours of facility work. That's a full day. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. 37 and a 25. 38. I don't know why it can't pick the correct speed. I thought about it. It could have made it, but better safe than sorry. Could go now. It's getting scared. That van was in the opposite lane. Don't go yet. You can go now. There you go, buddy. This lane is merging into that lane. I keep speeding up, but not fast enough to make it around these trucks. It's going to have to make a decision here. Looks like that truck made the decision for us. All right. Gotta go. I had to step on the juice pedal because it was not doing the appropriate thing. And of course, the white truck wasn't letting us in because we were being dum-dums. So there you go. And now he's back there clapping my cheeks. It's kind of messed up. Doing 51 and a 45. Here comes the 55. And I'm going to push it up to 65 because the car won't do it. Using that instant torque gave me a little bit of buffer room. I'm sure that truck is going to speed up and catch up. It's not going to be a problem. In about 5 miles, I'm going to turn left. This is the problem with the car not wanting to stay at a speed selected. My truck seems to have lost their will to go as fast as I am. They've dropped back. White truck seems to have found their gas pedal. Creeping back up on me. Nicely done. Full stop. As soon as it was clear, off we went. White truck went straight. Good to go. I don't have to worry about it so much. Car is still hugging the right side of the road. I don't understand this behavior. I could see if there was a car coming, then get over, let it, and give it space, of course. But always driving that way? I don't know. And now we're in the middle. You could say it was to hug the inside of the turn, but it's not hugging the inside of this one. I renamed my car. When I first got it, I couldn't think of anything, so I called it Kilowatt, K-I-L-L-A, Watt, W-A-T-T, Kilowatt, like it kills watts because it runs on electricity. So funny. Then, the car was driving on a back road like this, in front of, behind some really slow people, and it got passed by a truck, and that truck got in front of the car, and then that truck passed again, and this car decided, oh, that's a really good move, let me try that. Without checking to see if it was clear, nothing, it just started going. So then I called it limbing because it was just following the leader. It didn't really care if it ran off a cliff or whatnot, and blah, blah, blah. Which I thought was fitting. But I didn't really like that name. So on the highways, it did phantom braking. It got worse with 12.5.4.1. And now even on city streets, like coming up to green lights, it hits the brakes. If someone's too close to the line, the middle line there, it hits the brakes. It just hits the brakes all the time. Even when it's stopping, it doesn't use regen fully. It adds in the brakes. So the car just likes the brakes. It's crazy. So now my new name is Brake Tapper, like the journalist, Jake Tapper. And to me, that is hilarious. It might not be funny to a lot of people, but to me, it's hilarious. Because I've got a weird sense of humor. If you couldn't tell by the Tone Loc short that I made. Here we go. There's the brakes. Just adding them in for no real reason. I think it would have stopped just fine with just regen there. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Uh, I don't know why I did that. It started to sprinkle. Luckily, there was no one behind me, so I just let it do it. But why? Why was that? That was heartbreaking. Did it see a cop or something? It's the only thing I could think of. Probably didn't appreciate the brake tapper nickname. One of the tips on how to be more efficient is don't use the brake pedal. This car's got his blinker on. It just turned it on. We're still coming up on it. Not super fast, but fast enough where we should have started slowing down a while ago. It's the little things, you know, like a human would have been like, okay, well, he's going to turn. Let me back off a little bit. But the car doesn't seem to care about that. That's a stop, pulling forward. Kept going because it was clear. Love it. Love it. Huh. Didn't see a stop sign on their end. But the car stopped, so this car went. I like that. I have PTSD from those blinking red lights. It still hasn't done the stop go thing, but I still expect it to. Just kind of funny. Taillights and a blinker. No sign of slowing down. Adding in brakes. Good job, brake tapper. All right, there's a bus up ahead. Just turned its lights on. Yellow ones. See how the car reacts. See if it's still red by the time we get up there. There shouldn't be a car between us. Yep, it was going to go around, but it decided to stop. Good for it. I'm going to turn that blinker off. Some hard braking, but it technically did it correct. Because one, I didn't want to run into the back of this school bus, and two, I didn't want to go around it. So try number two. That stop was more gentle. No blinker. It's waiting. That's better. A little stop sign there. That's cute. Moving with the bus. He's getting over to let us go through. Take control immediately. I am in control. Was that a delayed reaction because I went into that lane without a blinker? I mean, what are we doing here? That's a stop. There's. It can go. If it goes now, it's going to wait. After this car. There we go. So sometimes it'll just roll right through, and sometimes it thinks that it has to wait. Like, now would be a good time to wipe the windows. It would still be a good time to wipe the windows. It doesn't seem to be fussed by the water on the windshield, so I can see. That probably means it can see. There they go. No one coming from the right, no one from the left. You're good to go. Beautiful stop. Beautiful go. Kind of a hairpin turn. Nice job. Again on the right side of the road. Lane. I guess I should say lane instead of road. It should be on the right side of the road, but should it be on the right side of the lane? No, look at it. It's pegged there. I can understand when these cars are coming by, but even then, I really don't understand it. I could understand it more if it was like one of those big balers or something that comes down the street, just a wide load, But that's not what we're dealing with. The car just loves the right line on the road, and it just stays there. It's like they're best friends. So now there's a buffer lane, and it's in the middle. So the Tesla is rather close to that white pickup in front of us. When you look behind us, there's a Ford right on our tail. All right. Yep. That's not fixed. I couldn't let that one happen. There was that truck hauling that trailer behind me. So, brake tapper strikes again. So, what is it? Every drive, we're going to have a new set of problems. Last time it was setting the max speed on the highway to something ridiculously low. Now it's just randomly slamming on the brakes. Is that what's happening? 3:10 is arrival time. It kept bouncing between 3:01 and 3:15 and whatnot. That was 72 miles, took an hour and 21 minutes, 244 watt hours per mile. It's great to see the efficiency back to where it should be. Next stop is here, apparently. Let us mustard. Go away. I've got a hotel coming up. It's also an hour and 25 minutes away. It is 84 miles. 3/4 of it are on back roads. The rest will be on the highway. Maybe when I hit the highway, I'll add a supercharger stop, see if it wants to warm the battery up. I shouldn't be in here for very long. I do feel like taking a nap in the car, but I probably won't. All right, see you guys in a sec. You too, brake tapper. I think that was about 15 minutes longer than I predicted, but that's because I sat in the car and dealt with emails for 15 minutes, so it was right on time, which sounds just about right. Let's see, I'm sitting at 56%. I will get to the hotel at 33%. Be an hour and 23 minutes for a drive. It's going to be 84 miles. So far, I have used 239 watt hours per mile since I last charged, which is kind of amazing. I'm glad that all of that energy use was just from preconditioning the battery from Grand Rapids to Clare, Michigan. All right, off we go. See if the car can get me out of here, which it should. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to make it the easiest, though. It's got to turn. Oh, and it does it no problem. I didn't even have to step on the pedal. Look at that. The car's doing amazing today. Except for the really hard brake slams. I think the car's eager to get to the hotel as well. Good to go, Holmes. Nicely done. So it cut that turn just a little bit short. And then instead of going up to the 35 speed limit, it went up to 24 and then stayed there for a little bit while it got its way out of the lane, which is exactly what I was complaining about in my last video. Is somebody turned into the oncoming lane and then meandered over into the correct lane and then went slowly. So yeah, now I'm the problem. Oh, look at that. Right up to speed. 2 miles an hour short, but good for it, all on its own. Stop hugging the right. There's a car over there. All right, I suppose it got over. I would have gotten more over to the left, maybe even touched the middle line just a little bit. But that's just me. Up to 55, I didn't have to touch anything. And the sun's coming out, I can use my sunglasses. So as long as it's doing the speed limit, I'm not going to mess with it. If people want to pass me, they can. Yeah, there's a car right on my tail. I think that's why the Tesla is going 57 here. 58. I'd be fine with somebody tailgating me if it meant the car went the correct speed. Oh, now it's really going. So they go to pass and the car speeds up and goes over to the right. That doesn't make any sense. The moving over to the right, I can understand. The speeding up, no, that's just rude. And again, this just sudden burst of speed out of nowhere. It's driving like I would drive this car when it's going slow. So it just shot itself up to 65. This person still wants to pass. They're still on my bum, which is why the car is speeding up. 67. Up to 71. Wow. So the Tesla's doing what it can to get out of that person's way. But now we're on their tail, so we can't do anything else. I don't think the Tesla would normally follow this closely to a car. Yeah, she was right on my tail. Tesla slowed down because they slowed down, and she had to seriously slow down. I know she looks far back there, but it's a fisheye lens. She's right there. I don't think I've ever seen this car drive so close to a lead car. That's better. Coming into a 45 mile per hour zone. She's still behind me. Speed limit 45, we're doing 60 because everybody else is. See, she's so close that she hits her brakes. She has to back off. Then she's really far back there. Then she comes right back for more. Oh, now she turned away. Well, fun's over. And now I will probably stay far back from this car. Which, as long as it's above 55, I'm okay with. Off they go. So it is 55 here. We're still doing 48, 49. Will the car stay up with him? Because there's no one behind me to push me along any longer. All clear. Up to 50. All right. When I put my foot on the pedal, I'm going to get us up to 10 over. I will say that whole interaction back there felt like the car was a nervous new driver who didn't know what to do when someone was that close to their tail end. I'm sitting at 190 watt hours per mile. That's cuckoo ka-choo. Just went down to 189. It's crazy. 5.25 miles per kilowatt hour. That is the best I've ever seen it. And that's all she wrote. 85 miles an hour and 21 minutes, 217 watt hours per mile. That is beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm back to normal. It is 51 degrees now, so it's 11 degrees warmer than it was before, earlier today when I started out. I can't complain too much. So 182 plus 105 is 287 miles today. That is just fantastic. I got here at 30%. I'm going to go check in and take care of everything else. Thanks for watching, guys. If you need me, you have any suggestions or thoughts or anything, just put it down in the comments below. All right. Check you later.